Good afternoon. Welcome to the Author Edit Show. This is Neil here with his series Who's Who in Santa Cruz, and I'm here with Laurie Butterworth, who's the founder of Jacob's Heart, and I'm in this beautiful office. Well, I'm not going to say just beautiful space that you've made it,
Yeah.
and it's called what?
The Center for Child and Adolescent Mental Health. So here we are in
Say that again.
the Center
Yeah.
for Child and Adolescent Mental Health.
Boom.
So we specialize in providing evidence-based treatment, mental health treatment to kids, children, teens, young adults.
Just kids.
Just kids.
You're
yeah.
focusing
So
on
young
kids.
adults. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. We have a lot of young adults. In fact, I have a young adult patient I'm working with right now who is making amazing progress and around his fears. So yeah, we do have young adults too, but mostly kids.
Yeah.
I see 10.
Boys or girls?
Yeah, boys or girls.
Right.
Yeah, 10-year-olds and.
Have you seen when you decided to do this? Was it because you could see a growing problem with kids?
Yes. I'm so glad you asked that because so I remember when the pandemic, like when COVID was just starting, I was at Jacob's Heart and I was in the counseling center and everybody was terrified, right? And just remember those early days. So I thought to myself, this is going to affect the mental health of this group of kids. Jacob's Heart, we work with kids with cancer and other serious illnesses and their families. I thought this is going to take a tremendous toll on their mental health. And sure enough, I was seeing more and more complicated mental health issues in kids, not just within Jacob's Heart, but all over the place.
Yeah.
And it scared me.
Yeah.
It did. So I decided to go back to school.
You did?
Yeah, I went to Harvard, got a master's in
You went to Harvard?
psychology. Yeah, it's right there. See me?
Oh man, she's
Yeah.
smart. She's smart. By the way, smart right here.
Smart. Yeah.
She's smart.
Yeah.
Boston.
So I was old too, and I got my master's in psychology when I was 60, and now I'm working on my doctorate, not at Harvard, at another school, smaller school. So yeah. So anyway,
She's smart.
but it's really cool because I'd love to send the message to the kids I work with now that you can continue your education at any age. They love it that I'm in my 60s and I'm getting my doctorate.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Have you had a child in your office that you've been able to turn that corner and get to, let me take it down there. Have you gotten to the finish line with...
Well, we just opened. I mean,
I know.
It's not that fast.
How long have you been open for?
We just opened in January.
Okay,
I mean, we're not
that.
even really quite
Yeah.
open yet. We're opening.
Yeah.
So I mean, we just started really seeing kids.
Is it?
I'm sorry.
Okay, let me
March.
Let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
A lot of kids pushing this rock up the hill. The hill's really steep.
Yeah.
And have you gotten over the top of a hill and now you're going downhill
Oh
with
yeah.
some of the kids?
Well, see, this is one of the things I want to talk with you about because I want to have.
When you point, I listen.
You gotta listen. You can play with toys all you want. You got plenty of toys around here. Okay, so there's a real difference in types of therapy. This is important for parents to know and for kids to know too, or anybody who's getting therapy. There are.
Keep going. Check my camera. Keep
Okay,
going.
go ahead. Yeah. So do you want me to just keep talking to the
Yep.
camera and not
Yeah,
to you?
yeah, yeah.
I'll talk to you here. So there's evidence-based treatment. And then there's just kind of everything else.
Okay.
All right. So evidence-based treatment especially when we talk about for youth, and let me talk about anxiety as like specifically, because that's where I really like to specialize is with anxiety. So there are known treatments that are backed by science to work for adolescent anxiety. Okay. Just know this. So you want to ask me what it is? Is that what you're going to say? Go ahead, ask.
What is that?
What is it?
I'm thinking, you're going on, which is fine. My mind works where, like, I'm thinking of questions down the road.
I know you are. Yeah,
but
that's one of the things.
I've got all these questions.
But you have to listen in the moment.
I try really
know,
hard.
it's
I'm
really
like, I want to
hard.
ask you something else. Something came to my head. I'm like, I got to
think
ask it.
I have
And don't forget.
I think I have a diagnosis for you.
I don't remember anything. So I have to keep...
I think I do have a diagnosis for you, my friend.
I need to be in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, go back. Okay, so there's treatments, and so if your child is anxious, for example, you want to make sure that they're getting like the treatment that works, and that's cognitive behavioral therapy.
Right.
So cognitive behavioral therapy, and there's some different types of cognitive behavioral therapy, they work. I mean, there's mounds and mounds of research. It's one of the best researched treatments. Let me give you an example to bring this home, why it's important to have an evidence-based treatment. First of all, it's cheaper. You don't have to go to therapy forever, right? It's very, you work on things,
Yeah.
and it's a treatment. It's a program,
Right.
essentially, that the therapist would take your kid through and you notice symptom reduction, or you notice improvements in quality of life. There are measurable things that you can see when your child is being treated with CBT. That's the whole point.
With what?
CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Okay.
Okay? So it would be like if you took your child to the doctor for an earache. And you go into the doctor and you go, oh, my child has an earache. Oh, they go, oh, it's an ear infection. So what would you hope that the doctor would give your child for the ear infection?
Something to cure the problem.
Right. And something like an antibiotic
Right.
that research has shown to work.
Right.
Right?
Something that's going to, yeah.
But
The answer to the problem.
The answer to the problem from research, from the science. You don't want them to go, oh, have them run around the maypole 5 times and they're going to feel better. I mean, I'm not comparing, but you know what I mean. You want to make sure that that's the question that you ask, like, does this work? And then it needs to be modified to your kid. You go like, oh no, you can't give them penicillin. Like I'm allergic to penicillin. I can't take penicillin. So then there's another, they go into the evidence,
Right.
and they give that to your child. That's what you want to do with mental health too. You want to take your child to a therapist, and you want to go, okay, if they do a diagnosis, like what happens, kids will come in, I'll sit with them, sit with the parents, and we'll do an assessment and kind of figure out what's going on.
Sure.
And then I'll give the parents like a picture. This is what I think is going on. This is what the symptoms are and all this. Here's the diagnosis, okay? Then the next question is, what's the treatment for that diagnosis? Just like you would to the pediatrician. What's the treatment for that? And how long is it going to take? You have a right as a parent to know how long is it going to take, because that's how much it's going to cost. Yeah, go ahead. I'll call on you. Yeah.
Do you? Do you ask the parents what kind of life the kid has?
Oh, yeah.
What's the kid's life at home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think his life is outside the home?
What we do is we go through the entire life story, from birth all the way to now.
Okay. What's your website?
ccamh.org.
Phone number?
Center for Child and Adolescent
It's
Mental
on
Health.
Facebook and Instagram, which you don't want to be, but you.
I don't like that stuff.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
talk about, but yeah, there's someone that does Instagram for us. I think it's at the CCAMH.
Okay,
Center
all right.
And then, but the phone number is easy.
Yeah, it's
so
easy.
It's
Call anytime.
831
Okay.
222
Yeah.
0052.
Okay.
Super easy to remember.
We'll keep going with these little segments and stuff, because I got stuff. I want to come back and ask you stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Good.
Did good.
So let's talk about you.
Me? No.
I'm halfway kidding. No, that's the worst thing. Like,